Quick little explanation before we get to the Vegas highlights. iRacing had an update recently which made it almost impossible for me to get the footage I need for Talladega, so that's kind of an unfortunate success. So unfortunately, I won't have Talladega up. And also, I've been having issues with trying to save my replays on the very start of the races. So these Las Vegas highlights unfortunately start in lap 40 instead of lap number 1. I don't know how to fix that to get it to start on the very start of the race. So if anyone has to fix that, please let me know. But anyways, enjoy the video.
And now, here they are, the most daredevil group of daffy drivers to ever whirl their wheels in the wacky races, competing for the title of the world's wackiest racer. The cars are approaching the starting line. First is the Turbo Terrific, driven by Peter Perfect. Next, Rufus Roughcut and Sawtooth in the Buzzwagon. Maneuvering for position is the Army Surplus Special. Right behind is the Ant Hill Mob in their Bulletproof Bomb. And there's ingenious inventor, Pat Pendy in his converter car. Oh, and here's the lovely Penelope Pitstop, the glamour gal of the gas pedal. Next, we have the Bouldermobile with the Slag Brothers, Rock and Gravel. Lurching along is the creepy coupe with the gruesome twosome, and right on their tail is the Red Max. And there's the Arkansas Chugabug with Luke and Blubber Bear. Sneaking along last is that mean machine with those double-dealing do-batters, Dick Dastardly and his sidekick, Muttley. And even now, they're up to some dirty trick, and they're off to a standing start. And why not? They've been chained to a post by shifty Dick Dastardly, who shifts into the wrong gear. And away they go on the way out wacky.
The Gear Jammers Truck Series came to the Las Vegas Motor Speedway for race number 5 this season after a wild race at Talladega, which saw many of the point contenders get involved in big ones, and another first-time winner in Sonny Allan, and also Gloria Quintanilla retaking the points lead. Starting on number 41, James Walker, who was the only truck who took tires on the previous caution, was flying away from the field with James Williams, Brett Buncari, Steven Schmick, and Gloria Quintanilla all way in the weeds. Then after a restart on number 72, after the caution clock would come out, Walker's strategy did not work. Jonathan Shipman and Brett Buncari got to the inside in the middle of turn 1 and 2, and Walker would be falling through the field because he was the only truck on older tires. And then lap number 75, Brett Buncari was in a dogfight with Jonathan Shipman. He would get to the inside of the Marines 23 in the exit of turn number 4, and he would take over the lead for the first time after starting in the 14th position, the farthest back he started all season long. And then lap number 84, Justin Morgan would make his presence felt. He would get to the inside of Buncari, who was making a charge up for the field, and he would take over the race lead for the first time. But then eventually, a few laps later, at number 99 to be exact, Buncari, who would have saved his tires just a little bit better, would get to the inside of Morton. He would take over the race lead right back, so a couple of lead changes in the middle of this long green flag run. And then lap 104, there were 3 to 4 trucks fighting it out over number 2 spot, including Gloria Quintanilla, series newcomer Brent McCoy, Steven Schmick, and also Jimmy Christensen, and they would be doing it for quite a while. Then the first caution clock would come out a few laps later on, but a good run thus far for Brent McCoy, was making his series debut. And then lap 116, on the restart, Jordan Mallard slides up into Tommy Ferris. They go crashing hard into the wall. He and Nicholas Latte go on their roofs, and they were tumbled down the front straightaway, and that would actually be the 4th caution of the race on lap number 116. And then lap 123, things got kind of absolutely mental. Brett Buncari was fighting Chris Scallon for the lead. Scallon would fall back to second. Buncari thought he would have it been nice and locked in, but Brett McCoy goes to the outside and turns 3 and 4, and he would actually make it stick, as he would actually take over the race lead a lap later on the outside line entering turns 3 and 4. And then lap number 130, there was another big crash. Steven Schmidt comes down into Sonny Allan, who won at Talladega last week, like we said before. He was slide up into Andy Moore, goes for a violent series of tumbles. Brian Vallis and Jimmy Christensen were also involved in this crash on lap number 130. And then things got even more crazy. Lap number 139, Chris Scala was fighting McCoy for the lead, but he slides up into McCoy, and McCoy hits the outside wall. Brett Buncari has to take evasive action, goes right down to the apron of the racetrack, and he would take over the race lead in turns 3 and 4. But then Scala would cross him over in the exit of 3 and 4. James Walker goes way high. He was fighting Gloria Quiznell for third, and Buncari and Scala were fighting it out for the lead as they would go into turn 1 and 2. Scala would get to the inside, take the lead once again. Then Buncari would then try to do the crossover for once again the exit turn 2. He gets to the inside and tries to get up to a door, but he turns up and hits Scala, and then Scala goes for a vicious crash, and that takes him out of the race in lap number 140. And then on a 2-lap shootout, Brett Buncari would hold off Gloria Quintanilla and James Walker to take his second win of the season. Was definitely a win he was definitely not proud of. But behind them, James Williams, battling for a top 5 spot, got way high in 3 and 4 and gets spun out by Sonny Allan. And James Williams' chance of a top 10 would go down the tubes, and he would limp across the line well outside the top 10. Your final results were Brett Buncari, Gloria Quintanilla, Cody Fowler, Joe Petrick, James Walker, series newcomer Jacob D. Painter, Justin Morton, Brett McCormick covers for 8th, Steven Schmick and Jimmy Christensen will round out the top 10. And in the point standings, Gloria Quintanilla would actually lead by 12 over Buncari. Chris Scala was in 3rd, Jordan Mount 4th, Cody Fowler 5th, tied with James Williams, Joe Petrick, Jonathan Shipman, Nicholas Lonnie Church, and Jimmy Christensen moves up 3 spots to 10th.